Today is a 00 day, and I haven't had many of these on trail. In fact, I don't know that I've really had one. Even in my flip-flop from Delaware Water Gap up to Maine, up to Katahdin, I stopped and I did 3 hiking trips in New Hampshire, including Mount Washington. So I guess that's not exactly a 0, but it's been nice. My feet are still swollen and puffy. My knees feel better, and so I'm hopeful that that will stay with me. And I did a resupply, and so I'll show a little bit about that. One of the things that I've done recently, as I mentioned before, is get rid of my stove. And so I'm also trying to do some ultralight backpacking. And that means food as well. So I am, you'll see. I'll post the videos here. Today is a 00, and I'm doing my resupply. I've done things a little differently this time. Since I was basically out of food, I'm going ultra lightweight just to experiment and see how it goes. So for breakfast, I have a protein cookie and some greens powder that has probiotics. A couple different options for electrolytes. This is your typical electrolyte with potassium, sodium, magnesium. This is just kind of a flavor for water, but I like it. It helps me drink more during the day. And then my snack bars, they have 10 plus grams of protein each. And I tried to find snack bars that have over 200 calories for less than 2 ounces. So 100 calories per ounce is a great measurement when you're not trying to be accurate. I like all of these bars, and so that should work just fine. And then I will do a combination of either banana chips and peanut butter, or some root vegetable chips with these fruits. And there's pears, apples, and strawberries in there. And then dinner is beef sticks. This is something super new to me, and I don't generally go for just your basic beef stick. Usually I'm looking for grass-fed beef and that sort of thing. But that was some Triscuits, and then I will snack on some peanut M&Ms. M&Ms are always my bedtime snack while I'm reading. Usually go for the almond, but they didn't have them in the sharing size, and I didn't want to carry the family size. So I'll mix and match and show you how the days will work out. Okay, I have everything laid out for 4 days. This is lunch. I haven't decided yet. I might use these bags just to help me keep things in my bear can nicely, but I may also put them in these used Ziploc bags that I carry from trip to trip. We'll see. I don't have enough to sort them out by day, so I might just leave them in the original packaging. And then dinner, I did sort out the Triscuits and the M&Ms. I have some leftovers, a couple of bars, 3 bars, and some beef sticks and some electrolytes. These will probably just get transferred to my next few days, but I will try to eat these up. And I used Chronometer, that app that I've talked about before, and if I eat everything, like all the things here, including the bag of chips and that entire thing of peanut butter, if I eat everything, it's going to be 3,000 calories per day. And so the nice thing is with this particular resupply is that it's compact, it's calorie dense. There is a variety of flavors, which is good, but it's pretty much bars. And I'm okay with that. I really am. These next few days, maybe even weeks, are going to be mostly climbing and descending. So there are not a lot of flats. And so bars make it easy. And the 3,000 calories per day is a nice goal. It's really hard for me to eat a lot more than that. The macros work out really well. There's over 110 grams of protein, and it's a nice ratio of macronutrients. So we'll see how I do with this particular resupply. The rest of the day is for relaxing and making a plan for what time we're leaving in the morning and getting back to the trail. Over the next few days, the biggest challenge will be the weather. I'm going to be in the northern presidentials, and so that includes Mount Washington, and that just can be its own weather system up there. And so logistics might be hard over the next few days. I thought I'd do a quick update on gear. So this is the Durston pack. I washed it in the bathtub here where I'm staying, and as you can see, I just don't think this fabric is waterproof. This is the first version, and although I did seam seal in some areas, this pack gets wet. So I do use a Nylaflume liner. The pack itself is holding up relatively well. I did get this little rip snag in it. I don't know how, but the seams are doing well, and the belt is holding up really well. I'm not having any issues at all with the pack. In fact, now that it's washed, it kind of looks brand new. One thing they did on the second version, which I think is great, is add some drip holes, drainage holes to the pockets. They do collect water. Again, I have the first version, but the mesh pocket, people complain that it doesn't open very well, and it doesn't. So you can't get a lot of things in it, but it's held up super well for me. And then the only other thing that happened, you can kind of see it here. I think I put it too close to a hot spot on a car, maybe an exhaust muffler or something. But it looks like it melted, which is so weird. But that's not the pack, it's just something that happened to it. So all of the straps and the buckles, you know, are holding up. I just haven't had any issues with this pack at all, which I am very happy with. Other gear updates. So this is my water filtration with my little poop scoop. The CNOC or Canuck bag, as I mentioned in a different video, I had to replace. This is my third one. The blue piece broke the first time, and then I got some pinholes in the bag the second one, so this is a new one. Sawyer water filter is going strong. I did soak it in a little vinegar this trip, and then this is a smart water bottle cut for a scoop in case I need it. That's going really well. I'm still loving the Dutchwear Gear Chameleon Hammock with 15-foot beetle buckle suspension. The trees have kind of coated this with sap. And so not this time, but last time I tried to soak it a little bit in some hand sanitizer and soap just for the alcohol to pull the stickiness out, and it seemed to work pretty well. My Dyneema tarp, hammocking gear, is okay. It's a 5-year-old tarp, and I feel like it's starting to not be quite as taut, that the fibers of the fabric are definitely being used and worn. I do keep it rolled in a snakeskin, which is the recommendation, and yeah, tent stakes, everything's great with that. And then my beloved bear can. So I have thought about sending this home. And I think that if it didn't cost me an arm and a leg to ship it home, I might. But the size of the can and the bulk just means it would cost a lot to ship. I'm not willing to do that, and I still really like it. So I did send home my cook kit, and so this is often very empty, but I just really like having it. No other major gear updates. I think when I go home at the end of the month before my trip, I will do like a, this is what I took, this is what I sent home type of video. This is the gear that worked, this is what didn't. But for now, I really don't think that I've added or subtracted very much gear. It was pretty dialed in to begin with.